Hello, I'm David Breeden. I'm the Senior Minister at First Unitarian Society of Minneapolis, a historically humanist congregation, and this is Coffee and Wisdom. This week, we have been looking at satirical religions to take seriously. We've been thinking about the ideas that these particular satirical religions, in air quotes here, are dealing with. Why are they there? Why are people bothering with them? And to review very quickly, one of the things that they are there for is to talk about the absurdity of certain belief systems. Now, we've talked a little bit about whether that is a polite way of dealing with religions, but there is this thing called Russell's teapot, and there's the flying spaghetti monster being compared to Russell's teapot, and this is what Bertrand Russell said back in the early 20th century. Many Orthodox people speak as though it were the business of skeptics to disprove received dogmas rather than of dogmatists to prove them. This is, of course, a mistake. If I were to suggest that between Earth and Mars, there's a China teapot revolving about the sun and an elliptical orbit, nobody would be able to disprove my assertion, provided I were careful to add that the teapot is too small to be revealed even by our most powerful telescopes. But if I were to go on to say that, since my assertion cannot be disproved, it is intolerable presumption on the part of the human reason to doubt it. I should rightly be thought to be talking nonsense. So Russell's point is that just because religions are old, they aren't necessarily escaping this teapot idea of absurdity. And I don't have to prove that there's no God, he's saying with this idea. And this week we've been talking about the ideas actually that a lot of satirical religions do hold certain things sacred, if we want to call it that. Here is the Church of Bacon t-shirt that you can acquire. And these kinds of religions, Bacon, Church of Bacon, and the Pastafarians, etc., reason, logic, evidence, and science are actually what they believe in. They believe in secular values. They believe in the separation of religion and state, and in tolerance. Talked yesterday some about the Satanic Temple. Yes, here is the Satan blood drive. And so this particular group, satirical in the way that it's talking about Satan, again, to underline the idea that there needs to be a separation of church and state, and we shouldn't always privilege Christianity within the United States. Also, I've mentioned this week that there are some religions that are not satirizing specifically any religion, but rather are talking about the values of religion as being important, such as the Church of Copymism, which is about copying and pasting as much information as you can to increase the knowledge on the planet. For the most part, the satirical religions then we've considered are reactions against Christianity as a belief system, and more importantly, as counters to Christian assumptions breaching the wall of separation between church and state. But wait, there are other kinds of satirical religions as well. And there's this one that is based on a 1998 movie by the Coen brothers called The Big Lebowski, starring Jeff Bridges as the dude. Now, how do we get a 1998 movie to become a religion? Well, that is a good question. And we're going to be looking at that little question today. So you can look this up yourself. There is Buddhism.com, your answer for everything. And it is the kind of jump point for dealing with finding various kinds of things about the dude and dudeism. Just take it easy, mankind, says the dude. And you can find lots and lots of stuff on this, and I'll be showing you a little bit of it this morning. So you can become a Dudist priest. Oh, yes, you can. You can find all kinds of decals, etc., bumper stickers to talk about abiding, the dude's big word. for this. And yes, you can get ordained. You can be ordained for free. If you want a certificate, got to pay a little bit of money, but there you go. You can be a Dudist priest. This is not a joke. Dude converts outstrip priests. The Lebowski faith is Ireland's fastest growing religion. Now, why? Again, back to that kind of idea about reacting against an overemphasis on a particular religion in a country. So you can become a Dudist and a Dudist priest. Also, you can go to Abide University, where all you have to do is fill out the kind of doctorate you want, and you will get a certificate. I think it's $25 that you too can be a doctor of philosophy, etc., by going to Abide University. It's all about relaxing, right? So again, the things out there, I didn't choose the rug life chose me, says the dude. Always be yourself. Unless you can be the dude, always be the dude. Again, lots and lots of art online that inspired by the dude and his attire, especially the sweater, the oversized sweater there. You can even go online and buy complete outfits for the dude so that you get everything just right from your shoes to your sunglasses. So there you go. You can pick those up online. All kinds of paraphernalia. You can get yourself a holy candle to light with the dude, with his heart there. Various kinds of paraphernalia. The dude also, one of the big symbols out there for this particular religion is a bowling ball. And there we go in a kind of a Hindu fashion with the dude. And of course, actually, and we've noticed this before, there are texts involved, and this is the book of the dude. And this is a quote from there. What is Dudism? While Dudism in its official form has been organized as religion only recently, it has existed down through the ages in one form or another. Probably the earliest form of Dudism was the original form of Chinese Taoism before it went all weird with magic tricks and body fluids. The originator of Taoism, Lao Tzu, basically said, smoke 'em if you got 'em and mellow out, man, although he said this in ancient Chinese, so something may have been lost in translation. More quotes from the book of the dude. Down through the ages, this rebel shrug has fortified many successful creeds: Buddhism, Christianity, Sufism, John Lennonism, and Faux-Shizzle-Myonism. The idea is this: life is short and complicated, and nobody knows what to do about it. So don't do anything about it. Just take it easy, man. Stop worrying so much whether you'll make it into the finals. Kick back with some friends and some oat soda, and whether you roll strikes or gutters, do your best to be true to yourself and others. That is to say, abide. Incidentally, the term dude is commonly agreed to refer to all genders. Most linguists contend that the diminutive dudette is not in keeping with the parlance of our times. So everybody's a dude, although you will notice that this is kind of leaning more toward males, probably because the movie itself is a bromance about some guy friends. So let's take a little peek at another thing, the Dude De Ching. This is one of the books of Dudism. Every religion needs to have a holy book. Christianity has the Bible, Judaism has the Torah, Buddhism has the Dharmapada, and Scientology has its Dianetics. Of course, we too have a tome that you can use to really tie your head together, and it's called the Dude De Ching. This is available free online, by the way, but you can also go to a bookstore near you and buy a hard copy. It's basically a translation of the Tao Te Ching, only it utilizes lines from The Big Lebowski, the movie, to transform an ancient and challenging bunch of philosophical poems into the parlance of our times. Now you can die with a smile on your face without feeling like the good Tao confused you. So also we have the Tao of the Dude, awesome insights from The Big Lebowski, and lots of memes out there, quotes from the movie, such as, hey, careful, man, there's a beverage here. Well, let's look very quickly at what the Dude De Ching would say. So the actual Tao, and this book does include the a translation of the Tao Te Ching in it, so you can kind of compare the two. Here's the actual translation. Tao is an empty vessel, yet everything comes from it. Though utterly fathomless, it gives rise to everything we perceive. And Dudism, the dude's glass may be empty, but he knows it will soon be refilled. Necessary means are unnecessary. He takes comfort in that. And this is a little bit longer one, probably the most famous chapter from the Tao Te Ching. A wheel is fashioned from spokes, yet it is the emptiness at its hub which allows it to function. A bowl is molded from clay, yet it is the hollow at its center which allows it to be used. A house is structured from timber and stone, yet it is the empty space within which affords its value. Therefore, although presence provides a property, empty space affords utility. And here is the Dudist translation of that. A glass is made of crystal, but it is the space at its center which lets it become a beverage. A bowling ball is made of resin, but it is the holes for your fingers which render it rollable. A bungalow is made of plaster and plywood, but it is the open door which lets you inside. Therefore, though it is stuff that people want, it is space that people need. And so this is kind of the pattern of Dudism that you can see here. Again, there are lots of books out there. You can read the Dude Testament and also the Abide Guide, Living Like Lebowski. And you can even get an audiobook in that one so that you don't even have to turn the pages. You can be very relaxed about it. There are, as in all religions, schism groups. This is another one, the Church of the Latter-day Dude, using another character from the movie. Again, having some fun with iconography there. Dudism sayings are all over the internet. Dudism number 52 is accent colors speak louder than words. You too can get the Dudist symbol, which is, as you will notice, the Taoist symbol, but it's got the bowling ball action going on there so that you can differentiate yourself from others. What they're talking about and really is a Taoist idea, and that is Wu Wei. Wu Wei is very much a part of both Confucianism and later Buddhism within China, and certainly part of the Tao. Non-doing or doing nothing is what Wu Wei means. So try meditation. It's better than sitting around doing nothing. So Wu Wei is conscious non-action, the deliberate and principled decision to do nothing for a reason. This is actually from the teachings of Taoism. Flow with whatever may happen and let your mind be free. Stay centered by accepting whatever you are doing. This is the ultimate. So relax and have a principled reason for not doing things, and they will somehow work out. Now, this is also very much a part of another book that I have talked about before on Coffee and Wisdom, The Tao of Pooh by Benjamin Hoff from the late 1960s, which is a fairly good summary of Taoism by using Winnie the Pooh characters. Just how do you do it, Pooh? Do what? Asked Pooh. Become so effortless. I don't do much of anything, says Pooh, but all those things of yours get done. They just sort of happen, he said. So there you go. Wu Wei. You can go to the Lebowski Fest. There are these around the country. The big one is in Louisville, Kentucky, so that you can go. And again, bowling is always going to be part of the big Lebowski Fest. And you see a lot of people will want to dress up like the dude. They too have gone online and bought the dude outfit that you too can buy and join in. But again, as you see, it's kind of a dude religion, not too many women involved in it. But again, the famous phrase, this aggression will not stand, and the dude abides. By the way, there are other things that happen around American entertainment, something that is forming up. It's not exactly, there's no written sacred text yet, although you could be the one to write it. But if you start looking around, the television series Breaking Bad is sort of becoming something of a thing in terms of some sort of satirical religion. There we have the character breaking bread. And of course, I suspect that chemistry will be involved in this religion as it develops. And also, probably pork pie hats will also be very important. Well, your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter so you too can invent a religion. It's easy. All you have to do is pick a movie or TV show, and off you go, finding the philosophy and religion within it. Thanks a lot for listening today. We will do a summary tomorrow of the idea of satirical religions, and then next week, self and other. Again, talking about the religious and philosophical idea of what is and isn't part of us. Thanks a lot for listening today, and I'll see you tomorrow.